Hello, welcome back to the media school here at Indiana University. We are just on the cusp of hearing from Todd Young, his victory speech. The race between Todd Young and Democrat Evan Bayh, you've heard by now, for the U.S. Senate seat, of course, became one of the highest profile contests in the nation in recent months. Todd Young now projected to win that race, and we're going to go to him now to hear his victory speech.
Serving Hoosiers in the United States Congress. We could not have done it without you, and we are deeply grateful for the opportunity. This is one of the most special weeks in my life because within the space of 8 days, my favorite team of a lifetime, the Chicago Cubs, have won the World Series. And the person who I so desperately wanted to succeed me in the United States Senate has just won the Senate seat. Todd Young will carry on everything I've attempted to do on behalf of Indiana and behalf of Hoosiers. He has all the qualities to be a great senator, and I want to bring him to the stage right now. Your next senator, Todd Young and family.
Let's get my family up here. Jenny's family. Love all of you. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Indiana. Yeah. Tonight, Indiana voted for change in Washington. They voted to send in the Marines. Well, I'll tell you, this Marine is humbled. I'm proud to have earned your trust, your confidence, and your support. We're not going to let you down. I am overwhelmed by the history of this moment. Rank and file Americans of all political persuasions, they believe Washington has become disconnected from our needs and concerns. But tonight, Hoosiers, we together have once again proven that democracy works. You know, when I grew up here in Indiana, my dad used to tell me almost every day that if I dreamed really big, if I worked really hard, good things would happen. Well, Dad, this is a good thing. So I've mentioned my family, but I haven't thanked them. I want to thank my parents. I want to thank my wife, Jenny, and my 4 kids. If they hadn't believed in me, none of this would be possible. Let's give them a round of applause, please. So with God's help and your encouragement and support, I'm going to wake up every day as your next United States Senator, every day with one mission in mind: figuring out how I can best serve the interests of this state and its great people. I ran for the United States Senate for the first reason I joined the United States Marine Corps. I wanted to be part of the solution. Now, tonight was a great victory, not for me, but for the people of Indiana. Yeah, thank you. You see, I learned in the Marines to put people before politics. And tonight you proved that Indiana Senate seat belongs to the people of Indiana. This is your seat. This is your seat. This seat belongs to the hardworking Hoosiers whose hearts are broken because they have to tell their children that maybe their lives won't be as good as their own parents' lives. This seat belongs to the Hoosiers who are struggling to pay for increasing health care premiums. They're furious at their government, which has left them in this situation. This seat belongs to those Indiana families who struggled to find work after Washington bailed out Wall Street but left taxpayers with nothing but a bill. It belongs to Hoosiers who are moms and dads who wonder about the sort of lives their children are going to have, and they worry for their safety and security. And more than anything else, tonight's victory belongs to every one of us who believes that Indiana and America is bigger and stronger than our problems, those of us who are optimistic about our country's future. We don't buy that our problems are too big to solve or that we have to accept a new normal of diminished state or country. No, we believe in the future and the promise that it holds. Tonight was a reminder that our charge in the United States Senate is to serve you and people like you across this state and across this country. And starting tonight, you sent in a Marine to solve problems. So I pledge to you, I'll always do what's right for Hoosiers. I'll prefer the hard right over the easy wrong. And as I've said so often over the campaign trail, over the last roughly 18 months, we need a healthy dose of common sense Hoosier conservatism to meet the expectations of all Hoosiers. We need more Indiana and Washington and less Washington in Indiana. So just a few minutes ago, I had the opportunity to speak with Senator Bai. No. I thanked him for his commitment to public service and the contributions that he and his family have made over the years, all in the name of making Indiana and our nation a better place. Why don't we all give the Bai family a round of applause, please? I shared with Senator Bai my intention to work with anyone who will work with me on the great problems of our time. For while we may have policy disagreements, I know that Senator Bai and I agree we need to find a path forward. One nation under God. Now, I acknowledge that campaigns are tough, really tough sometimes. Our Democrat neighbors fought hard, but now it's time to come together for the good of our state and our country. Let me be clear. Our challenges and our enemies don't know us as Republicans or Democrats. Only Hoosiers and Americans. So we must face our challenges as Hoosiers and Americans. So I'd like to close by thanking all the volunteers. All the volunteers and our campaign staff who work tirelessly to make this day a happy one for all of us. I'm grateful to all of you for your support during this campaign. I won't let you down. I'm going to need you even more when it comes time to serve this state in coming months and years. Let's enjoy this evening, then let's get to work.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and move on from there. U.S. Senate Todd Young there, 53% of the vote. Evan Bai, 42%. Lucy Brenton, the Libertarian, at about 6%. We have called another race. We're going to move on to the U.S. House of Representatives in District 9 that we called Trey Hollingsworth. It's right there up on your screen. 54% of the vote over Democrat Shelley Yoder. And we have a reporter, Holly Pellet, who is live in Jeffersonville with more. Holly.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
Hi, what's the scene there in Jeffersonville?
Everybody is anxiously awaiting Hollingsworth's arrival. They told us a little while ago that it'd be 15 minutes, but I think that he was waiting for the official call that he won the race to get here. He should be coming in a few minutes. There are more and more Hollingsworth fans walking in now, holding signs up, wearing shirts, showing their support for him. So everybody is pretty happy over here.
All right, thank you very much. Haley Yoder is an IU business professor, serves on the county council. She also ran unsuccessfully against Young in 2012, and at the time she said her biggest priority was jobs. Hollingsworth, a business owner who moved to Indiana last year, decided to run, something his opponents have criticized, calling him Tennessee Trey. Hollingsworth said he's sick of career politicians and the lack of progress in Washington, so we'll have more on the U.S. District 9 as well. Let's move to the Superintendent of Public Instruction, Jennifer McCormick, there with still a pretty decent lead. 54% of the vote. This is maintained pretty much throughout the evening. Incumbent Glenda Ritz at 46%. And we did talk about the race for governor earlier. We'll go ahead and just get that out there as well in case you haven't heard. Eric Holcomb declared the winner in Indiana with 52% of the vote. John Gregg, the Democrat, at 45% of the vote. Indiana Attorney General Curtis Hill, the GOP there with the commanding lead, taking the win there with 64%. There on your screen you can see the update of governor for Indiana with Eric Holcomb at 52% of the vote. And I believe that's, what do we have here? Oh, this is the Monroe County Community School Corporation referendum with 82% of the vote saying yes, the tax levy will go toward the Monroe County schools. That's all we have for you right now. We want to go ahead and get you back to PBS NewsHour, but more from WTIU News at WTIUnews.org.